Oh, got it. I'll show you how I do it. Here's your 1/4 ounce weight, or any weight you want. For this example, I'm just going to use a 1/4 ounce just because it's bigger and you can see it. To start, of course, we're just going to take black. Get that painted. Alright, that's the start of it. Alright, second coat. Alright, third and final coat. There you go. Yellow next. Alright, now that the black is dry, I'm going to go ahead and put the infamous yellow dots on. So I have this yellow spray paint. Just going to put it down here on some old tape. Get the yellow. Just put it on. There's 3 there. Flip it over, just like the expensive brand. Find the middle, right about there. Yellow there. Yellow there. Yellow there. Alright, now that the yellow's on, now we'll just let that dry. I put that just in my handy vise right here. Let that dry for probably an hour or 2. Then put the CS coating seal coat on it. Okay, so now to make the actual spinner, again, what you're going to need is leader wire or some type of wire. So I'm going to go ahead and use this. This is 218 pound or number 14 wire. You can also use a lighter wire, like 140 pound or so. I just like the way the 218 pound feels when I'm pulling it, the weight that it has, and it's not, of course, as flexible as 140. So it just feels a little more firm to me. That's all. So I'm going to go ahead and cut about a 4-inch section, just so I have enough room to play with. With these larger ones, I'm going to use a size 8 treble hook. With smaller ones like these 1/8 ounce, I'm going to use the size 12. They do have size 10s. I just didn't buy them because I didn't see there was a reason to buy anything right directly in the middle. Both these sizes should be just fine. But if you want, again, you can use this. You can get size 10. So this is the size 8. So I'm going to go ahead and use this one, and I'm going to go ahead and make the this replica one, just so you could see what it looks like all done up. So I'm going to take this the steel wire. I'm going to take small pliers, small needle nose pliers, and again, with this, similar to everything else that I make with wire, if you have a wire bending tool, in this case with the lighter wire like this and not the 325 that I use for the A-rigs, but for this, one of those wire bending tools to make the eyes perfect would probably be a little more beneficial, right? So what I'm going to do, grab one end, and I'm going to just take the pliers and wrap this piece around this side. You can see it makes a little eye there. I'm going to not crimp, but kind of collapse that eye a little bit more to where almost this arm is at a 90, right? See that? Then you're going to go ahead and take the hook, put it right on through. I'm going to take the pliers and just kind of bend that wire a little bit. Just pull it apart so that way the hook goes in there. See, that's moving freely. And just like anything, is that if you've watched when I make these eyes, I'm just going to take my little vise, my worktop vise, and take pliers and just wrap this around 2 or 3 times. Try not to damage the hook. You don't need to wrap it around the whole way, just enough to make sure that hook isn't going to come out. Okay, that's good enough. Now See the little tag in there? The little tag? You can go ahead and take some wire cutters, whatever you have, and I'm just going to go ahead and cut that piece off. Okay, so now see how it's just kind of little burr right there, a little piece sticking out. I always just take a pair of pliers and kind of flatten that down a little bit. This is just a simple little weight that you can get from Walmart. And with that little opening or that indentation that you see in here, I'm going to take 2 of these large, these are a larger size little beads. I'm going to slide one on there first. Okay, that goes down onto the tip or down near the hook. I'm going to slide another one because I just don't want that bottom of this weight to be touching the hook. Okay, so you see how that hook, that's sliding on there nicely. Now I could, only use one. So if I only use one, you can see it goes down there, which is perfectly fine. It's not going to get in the way of the hook, right? But I just want to keep this weight away from the hook, not as much as possible, but give that fish enough room to get hooked and not just grab the weight. Okay, and you can make so many designs of this. It's not even funny. You know, colored beads, Clevises, it doesn't matter. This is just some of the basic stuff that I got. All right, so you got this weight that's freely spinning on there. That's the point. I'm gonna grab a small one. I'm gonna grab a small bead here. I'm gonna put that over. Right, so you got that now. And let's go ahead and put if we're gonna do a straight mimic, might as well use the same color. So when you're using the expensive brands, or when you buy the expensive brands, they have their name embossed or printed onto this this spinner, right? So it says, any one of a couple other different brands on there. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna take this brass blade, and you're going to see this lump here, or this indentation, that's going to go down, and it looks just like that, right? So if you put it this way, it's just sticks straight out, so that's not good, right? You don't want it to stick straight out. You want it to lay down, and this is an inline brass blade. So see how it sticks out there now? So as you pull it through the water, it's just going to spin like crazy. So that's perfect. Looks great there. And you can add 2. You can add a colored bead. You can add whatever you want. And now, all you're going to do is take your pliers and do the same exact thing that we did to make the eye, right? So I'm going to take this wire. I'm going to not do that, but take that wire and now bend it over. And again, wire bending tool at this point, probably beneficial. Okay, I put it at a 90 again. Do the same thing, put it into the vise. And I'm gonna actually angle it down just a little bit so that blade stays down there. Then I'm just gonna take this tag in and wrap it probably 3 times. 1, 2, just do a third. Okay, you don't want to pull it all the way down because you want that leaf to be able to move freely up and down and slide a little bit. Okay, so there you have it. Now again, we'll go ahead and cut this tag end off. Don't need that. Watch your eyes when you're cutting it so it doesn't fling out and hit you. Okay, and again, same thing when you made the eye for the hook. I'm going to go ahead here and crimp down this tag end piece. That should do it. Alright, cool. So there you have it. There's your spinner that looks like a really expensive one that you could buy at a store for $5 to $8, depending on the size. But that's the Mimic right there. So those of you that thought, no, you're using that one. No, I'm telling you. Look at them. This is brown wire, the one that you could buy, the expensive brand. Those are silver wire. And the eyes are made perfectly. These, well, they're not perfect. Fish don't care. It was like, I paused for a second and it took it. Oh, got it. Got it. That one's the DIY that I just made. All right, let's get this little dude unpinned. All right, little guy, not big by any means. Got it.